Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Weekly Pickups with your host Polished Gaming. Now, I thought I'd address this week in regards to last week's video. When I was actually editing it, well, not editing it, basically, cutting it down just because I can't stop the video at the end, so I have to cut the end. Basically, when it was doing that, it had some issue because I didn't have enough storage on there, so it cut out the last minute. It was really weird. Around about the 8:20 mark, I got told by someone, I got told by my mate Michael that basically it basically started to kind of glitch for a second and there was no voice, and then all of a sudden when it got to the last minute it was just all flaky. So yeah, so apologies for that. I try to get back on. I try to put it back up, re-upload it, but unfortunately it didn't allow me to re-upload it. I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe because it was the same file name, might have something to do with that, but not really sure. But yeah, I've addressed it now, and just let you know that was a bit of a mistake. You guys still like my video, so that's not too bad, but I guess a lot of you probably didn't get to the end, so didn't really see it. But yeah, without further ado, we'll get into it this week. We got a few from Trade Me, and a few from there's a bundle, and a few from a retro event, because I just actually came back from the retro event in the Dewdrop Centre, which was hosted by Errol Lell of Geek Inventory. Had quite a few people there. I saw Chris Greenhoff. I saw Sam Mudgeway there at Respect Retro Gaming. There was, of course, Geek Inventory there. There's a few others that I did notice, but unfortunately, I was only there for about 30 minutes before I blew my entire budget. So it wasn't a big budget. It was only about 280, but it was pretty quick how fast I blew that, because I saw some stuff that I really needed. So yeah, well, like I say, without further ado, we get into it. So with this here, this week, we've got from Trade Me, $20 for Game of Thrones, a Telltale series. Now, this one here is actually a pretty cool game. I did play it. I didn't mind the Telltale series, but I started playing The Walking Dead, and then when I'd done Season 2, then when I went into this, I started getting really, I don't know, just annoyed by the whole click and point adventure thing. It started to annoy me. So I did do Season 1, but I didn't do any of the other seasons. So I think I got the 1,000, but didn't do any episode up to 5 or anything like this. So I believe this has the whole lot on there, because when I actually put it onto my Xbox, it came up saying 1,000 gamer score. So that's a full another 1,000 that I will get onto one day, but not a bad game. If I remember rightly, it was what was the house? You're basically off a House Forrester, I believe. Yeah, House Forrester. So it's completely different from the books, but it does entail everything. It's got Jon Snow in it. It's got it's got Cersei. It's got Daenerys, Tywin Lannister. Tywin, what's it? Oh my god, I forgot the hell one now. Tyrion, that's the one. Yeah, and Jaime and stuff like that. So it's got quite a lot of them. Next one here is from another seller from Trade Me. I got Damage Inc. Pacific Squadron World War II. This one's a little bit of a weird one. You don't see it come up too often, but it sat around about $35 for ages. Then he kept going down to 30. Then he went down to 25. Then he went back up to 35. Then in the end, he finally put it down to 20, and I took it at that, because it's around about $22 for this one, so not too bad to get at that price. Next one here is from the same seller. I actually saved on postage, so I thought, why not? I'll grab it. $4. Dora's Big Birthday Adventure. Hey, I don't know. It's Dora. Not much to be said, but I collect everything, so yeah. So, and the next one here this is from the retro event here. So the first lot here is Xbox 360 stuff. We've got How to Train Your Dragon 1. I've got 2, and I've never seen this come up, so pretty happy to get that one off the list, and that one there was $20. First Templar, this is also another one I haven't actually seen come up. First Templar, yeah, $20 for that one, so happy to knock that off the list. And Warriors Legends of Troy, one that I do see come up, but normally sits around about the 45 mark for some reason, so this was $30. A little bit over the price that I was going for. I wanted to kind of get it around about 22, 25, but happy to have that off the list, and that one's done there. And that puts currently my Xbox 360 with 243 more to go. Now, it does seem like a lot, but it's 1,201 that I've got. So I'm pretty much getting very close to having 1,000 unique games. So getting there, and this helps towards it. So, and the next one here, I'll show it, because I'm not entirely sure if you can actually see it through the... I'll go like that and move it around. Actually, no, you know what? I'll take it out just in case it's not working. I never actually thought about that. Yeah, so WrestleMania 2000. I believe this is actually the UK. Now, I don't normally go for UK sets, because I normally go for the Australia and New Zealand one, which actually would come with a red border here. All the black border UK ones are a little bit annoying. I kind of realised at the moment, I thought, oh no, because the whole front is black, and sometimes like South Park, it can be all black. But yeah, I realised at the moment that I pulled the cartridge out and it was UK, so I was like, it's okay. I'm happy to have that one off the list. I do, like I say, I do like collecting wrestling games, and especially this era of wrestling games, because NWO, WCW vs NWO was just the jam on on N64. It was the first one to bring in chairs, I believe, which you can find under the ring and outside of the ring. I believe PS1 came out with Attitude, not Warzone. I don't think Warzone came with it, but Attitude did. Sure, I think Warzone might have done, but NWO versus WCW was before. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was before Warzone. So yeah, that was the first one that I actually got weapons in it. So I've got WCW versus NWO, Revenge, Warzone. Don't actually, do I have it? Oh yeah, I do. I have WCW as well, NWO, and I have Revenge as well. So that would. I need Attitude, I think, and that's all the wrestling games on N64, I believe. I'm not too sure. And the next one here is one that I'm absolutely stoked with. When I saw it, I quickly picked it up. And what they were... that was actually $60 for the WrestleMania one. That was one of the first ones that I picked up. I saw it and I was like, $60. I looked it up and it was about $65. So I was like, oh, you don't get too many N64 games. It's pretty cheap. So I grabbed it. This one here, Asterix and the Secret Mission. This is the last that I need for the Asterixes here. As you can see, I've now got all three of them: Asterix and the Secret Mission, Asterix and the Great Rescue, and Asterix the Standard Edition. So this one's a little bit harder of the three to get. It's got a little bit of damage here, but dude, I don't see it come up. We're getting really low. Later on, I might upgrade. I will upgrade it. But yeah, this one was $60, but I only had $50 left after my budget was pretty much blown. So I asked Guy, would you do it 50? He was keen with that. So that was another. Actually, that was one where I got last year. I believe I got my Game & Watch Classics Fire. So that and another one. Oh, Super Mario Bros. Two Super Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong Jr. I actually got quite a lot of Game & Watch from last year and the year before that. So yeah, I believe he's part of the retro group. I think he was actually in the magazine. I'm just ranting all over the place. But yeah, yeah, so that one there, Asterix and Secret Mission, happy to get that off. That puts my Master System set down to 29 left. So I'm getting down very slowly. This one here was pretty... I'll take this out of its case because you might not see it. When I saw it instantly, I saw everything else and I had everything else, and then this just caught my eye. I'm so glad. It's not in the best condition. I know the sticker here is... it will rip. I can already see it underneath that. It will definitely pull off most of it. It will probably leave a little bit... It'll probably take about 10% of the plastic, you know, hoping if I was to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it there. It's kind of cool, $79.95 from EB Games. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI Advance. This is the third that I've got in the Final Fantasy series on the Advance. I believe there is 5 and maybe 4, but that's pretty close to the set. And I only go, I try and only normally go for Oz, New Zealand rated on these, so pretty hard to get that, but yeah, happy that one there. That one there was $100. It normally sits around about 130, so it's pretty good with that one. Now, next one here is the absolute legend that is Sam Mudgway at Respect Retro Gaming. Now, I've got a pretty big bundle of them. This one here was actually totaled up to about $13.55 before shipping. Now, he's been a real OG about this, and absolute legend, and he's basically saved me on postage. I've only paid off so far around about, I think 500. I'm not too sure. I think 400. Anyway, regardless of that, still quite a ways to go. But he's given them to me to save on postage at the retro event. So with that there, I'm going to show you what it is. There are some pretty heavy hitters in this one. Of course, we'll start out with the average hitters. Plants vs. Zombie, Garden Warfare 2. This one's only $10. That's a pretty cool game, but gets a bit annoying. Planet Coaster Console Edition. This one here was $35. I like Scream Ride, I like Thrillville, I like Roller Coaster Tycoon, all of those games. I love those kind of games. I love Theme Park. I love Theme Park. I'm building all of the parks and everything like that. So this one I will definitely play at some point. I'll have a look how hard it is. Scream Ride was absolutely hard, but I aced it. I just love the games, the whole genre of sim management of a park, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Marvel Superheroes 2 Lego there. That one's pretty cool. I got that for $10. And next one here, I have been after for ages, and I'm absolutely stoked to get this off the list. A little bit over, I think it normally goes for around about 90 to 120, but I'm absolutely stoked. The condition is absolutely minty, and yeah, it's basically absolutely stoked to get this one here. Parasite Eve 2. Finally got this one. I remember playing Parasite Eve. I bought all these dodgy games from Bali years ago when I was about 13, 14, maybe 15, and went there with my parents, and I just got a whole buttload of copied games and bootleg games, and Parasite Eve was one of them. Really interesting game, all about mitochondria, and then you look up mitochondria and it's some kind of element that we have inside of it. I'm not entirely sure on the whole logistics of it, but basically it pretty much makes people self-combust, and then you kind of got to get to the bottom as to why it is happening. I believe you are a detective. I think you're a detective. Yeah, Special Agent Aya Brea. And of course, if you got, I've got Third Party down there, which is actually, I don't think it's a spiritual successor, but it has the main antagonist, which is Aya Brea on Third Birthday. So that's pretty cool, that one. Next one here, I will take this out of the case again. Absolutely stoked to get this one because I have seen this kind of sitting around about the 250 areas every now and then, and it never went. So stoked to get Might and Magic 2. This comes with everything, including the map inside of it. This one here was $160, so pretty stoked to get it at that price. A lot of these aren't exactly what the prices were. It's just once the bundle got rounded down and he gave me a bit of a deal on it, it worked out. I worked them all out to be this specific price kind of area. So 160. It's pretty cool to get that one. I don't get many SNES games, to be honest. I think this is the one that I haven't had any this year. So it's cool to kind of get that. Now onto the Mega Drive stuff. Now this one here is Echo Tides of Time. This one costs $40. The case is pretty munted. I don't know if you can see that, but they got sellotape on there. Game's relatively mint. Manual's pretty mint. Well, minty enough for me, to be honest. But yeah, Echo Tides of Time. I will eventually. I tried to replace it with my Sonic 2 case, but Mega Drive and Master System have a very tendency to have about probably 3 different variants of cases each. So yeah, I tried up the Sonic 2. It was too small. Basically, once I got it to a whole side, there was like that much gap still in there. So it definitely wasn't for this game. But I will eventually replace that once I find a cheaper alternative. And I think that's an Imagesoft. I think the Imagesoft cases. Yeah, I think the Imagesoft cases. So basically with that one, I'll be able to have a look for an Imagesoft game cheap and replace it and then sell off the other one. With this one here, next one is Havoc. Now this one here is $200. I actually have this a bit of a jam. It's quite a fun little platformer. All of these games that I've got are actually platformers except for Echo. It's a weird kind of, I don't even know how you call it. I guess you call it platform, but underwater? I don't know. Weird game. Dolphin controlling. But yeah, a little bit damage on the top there, but I'm not too fussed about that. It's got the Imagesoft label on the back there. The big light where they slap on the friggin' receipt. Not the receipt. The barcode. And of course the, are you stuck? Cool 1900, they just slap that right on the back there. It's annoying, and of course they slap the G logo right there and right there. Annoys you that they just chuck these stickers on, but pretty cool to get Havoc there. I've never played this game. I gave it a go. Looks like it could be a pretty fun game, so I'll give that a go at some point. Now here comes a pretty, I would say, a bit of a hitter. It's not a heavy hitter, but it's pretty up there. So Mega Turrican. Now, Mega Turrican actually recently, I believe, not recently, maybe a couple of years ago, got a release on limited run because this was so expensive. Turns out, I think the limited run one turned out to be eventually get more expensive than this one anyway, so it's ridiculous. But yeah, happy to get that Mega Turrican. Gave it a bit of a jam. Cool soundtrack. A little bit, I don't know, crowded for a platformer. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like there's a lot of machinery in the background. It can be a little bit daunting to play, but looks like it could be a pretty fun game, so we'll get onto that. Now, last but not least, that one was I did say 400. Now, last but not least, this one is a big hitter in terms of it. Pretty happy to have the Pirates of Darkwater complete CIB. Really good minty there. No hang tab, but not bad. Got a bit of writing on there. It's unfortunate with that one, but yeah, absolutely stoked to get that one. My mate was telling me, he's like, "Oh, is that the Pirates of Darkwater cartoon?" I'm like, I didn't know it was a cartoon. Turns out it is Hanna-Barbera. So that's pretty cool that this was a cartoon, and it actually does show the animation at the start. So I'll get into this at one point. I'm actually pretty stoked to give this. I gave it a go, and it looks like it could be a pretty fun game. So I'll get into that at some point. Yeah, so that's all for this week. I've got that bundle to keep paying off. I'll be paying that off. I've still got maybe I think about 3 or 4 weeks. I'll try and pay that off as much as possible, as quick as possible. Got a few games coming in this week. The retro event was a blast. Like, it was really cool to go in there and just like, compared to last year's one, which was held at, where was it? The Barfoot and Thompson Stadium in Kohimaramu. They put it the Dewdrop Event Centre in Wiri. So it was a little bit bigger. yeah, quite fun. There was definitely a lot more stalls in this time, and there was a lot of games. And like I said, I unfortunately forgot to get the magazine that I was absolutely stoked to give a read. The Retro magazine, which is from Errol Lau, used to be owned by Carl Burnett, but he sold it off just to give our. I think it was a little bit daunting of a task for Carl, so which is understandable trying to work a magazine business in New Zealand and by yourself, so it's a little bit impossible. But Errol has a good team behind him, so he's looks like it's an absolute cool issue. I can't wait to read that. It's actually got one of the people people that were actually on the front cover. I don't actually didn't it because I haven't actually read the magazine, so I don't know her name. But she actually has a whole collection of Care Bears. She was actually there today as well, and she was showing her Care Bear collection, obviously double ups and stuff. And she had her picture with the magazine. I really like it. It's awesome to be just part of a magazine like that. Like hopefully I'll be part of that one as well, as much as I was with the Retro magazine issue number 2. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm hoping that yeah, I'm hoping at the end of the year, I think they're going to do another event, so I'll be absolutely stoked for that. This time I'll save up a little bit more cash and hopefully won't have a big bundle looming over my head. So yeah, that'll be it for this week, and tune in next week. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff, and as always, I'll see you next week. See you later.